I come out here probably 3-4 times a week. Yeah, this is where I like to just, if I have to read something, I'll come here and read, or if I just want to sit, I'll come here and sit. These two aren't from campus.
Okay.
They're my friends.
But when we come out, we generally go for a walk around here. Kind of just nice and really relaxing.
Yeah, it's just a good place to come if you need some time to think or just do stuff.
Like, I love being outside, but it's really, like, you're still not out in the middle of nowhere, so you're still connected to campus, but it's just really peaceful, relaxing.
It gives a weird feeling of kind of being set back. I mean, the class buildings are right there, but you don't really feel like they're there. Like, you kind of feel like you're, in a relaxing park kind of area. You kind of feel like you're away from campus and college for a little while. It's just nice.
Or with nature. You don't really feel the whole campus, as he said.
Yeah, I mean, could go with the whole environmentalist thing, but I don't know if that's it. I am a vegan, and so I'm part of the sustainable movement and all that crap too. So I'd rather be here than in some industrial building or something. But I don't know. I look at cities like Dallas, Arlington, Fort Worth area, Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, San Diego, and they just have such a good use of urban planning that uses, buildings, but as well as nature, that it's nice that Grand Valley still has something like this, because Grand Valley is just expanding so fast, and we keep building and making more additions that I'm worried that someday this will just be gone, but I don't think it will be, so that's nice that it still exists.
I do actually, yeah. I think nature is just kind of soothing, allows you to focus more. Being around, like, the library tends to be kind of cramped most of the time. There's lots of people, and that can be intimidating.
Well, it's hard because it definitely is a lot more advantageous for me to be here than home because there's a lot of distractions. But everything we do is computerized. That I sit down and sometimes I'm like, okay, what can I do? Because I've got my laptop, but you can't really whip that out in the bright sunlight and even see what you're doing. So it's a bit impractical. A lot of the times, it would be a lot faster right now if I'm going to have my laptop open in front of me and be typing the notes that I'm getting from the library book, because I can't obviously do annotations, but instead I have to, write them on a piece of paper. So, yeah, there's a bit of win-win situation.
I try to take in lots of stuff while I'm walking around, and it's always strange how many people don't really pay attention to other people walking around. I have a good time trying to make eye contact with people while I'm walking, just because usually no one really expects it, and so then they're kind of surprised, and I get a kick out of that kind of thing sometimes.
Yeah, especially with all the hassle of college, sometimes all this gets kind of lost in translation. I think that's one of the things that Grand Valley impressed me the most was their campus and how well maintained it was all the time. Yeah, so I mean, it definitely helps, and sometimes you kind of just forget, but it's nice to actually get lost in it once in a while. Kind of just look at everything.
I mean, I'm guilty of being a part of the iPad generation, but quite frankly, every piece of technology I have fails on me. So more often than not, I'm a creative individual. I'm a film major, and I do photography a lot. So I sort of notice things that most people don't, I guess. I'm always aware. So I guess I would say I'm on the more aware end of the spectrum than the average student. Say that.
I don't know. I think as a student here, you might get a little bit used to it, whereas some other people, I don't know how they feel. Maybe they feel like, oh, this is so much different, because they're both Kalamazoo students.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was a student at WMU, and the campus pretty much sucks compared to this campus. I mean, there's definitely a feel of, there's not really much hanging outside. You go from class to class and you walk on your sidewalks. That's about it. There's no really feel of, oh, well, after class, I'm gonna go sit around, you know, in the nice areas of campus. Whereas at Western, it's like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go back to my dorm.
Yeah, I go to KVCC, so that's just like one building. Right. So you're just like all inside all day, but then you come out here and you're like, oh wow, open.
Yeah, it's a different perspective for sure. It's a lot nicer. I think it gives a better mentality for the students.
Well, actually, COM 495, what I'm working on right now, this class is all about space and place and perception of it and belonging and place attachment. And I kind of thought it was a bullshit class. And some of the readings are a bit too abstract and things like that, but it really does help you be more aware of your surroundings and what makes them important or not important to you, or makes you a part of it. And like, obviously I have a great respect for nature, and I just come here, and being a film major, I'm also doing sound a lot, and sometimes I just sit and I just listen, and there's so much going on, especially right now in my personal life. There's so much shit being thrown at me that it's nice to just like sit here away from everything and be like, that can't touch me right now. So.
Suppose.
Yeah, in a way, I think different people have different ways of focusing. I mean, the nature kind of helps me focus a little bit. Other people might find focus being with their friends and being able to ask them questions or whatever, but I don't feel that way. I feel this gives me a little bit of an advantage, being able to escape kind of the hustle and bustle sometimes.
I really don't know. I have no rationale for giving an answer, so maybe. That's the best I can say.
There are definitely some students that either they don't necessarily look at this area for perspective study. They do just go to the library, they go to wherever else on campus that they can, and so it's not maybe for someone like you that comes out here frequently, like you see people coming and going, and just kind of seeing the interactions with that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard because the weather is so crappy that, I mean, sometimes I'll take walks through here when it's like cruddy and snowing and stuff. But I mean, on a nice day, me and my friend Becky will come out here. We haven't done it much recently, but we'll always bring a football, a frisbee, blankets, and we'll just be here for a long time. And I don't know, you see television shows, you see movies. I just marathon Veronica Mars, and on our college campus, everyone's outside all the time. It's really nice. It's just unfortunate that we have this nice stuff, but maybe it just doesn't get utilized because 9 times out of 10 the weather is not that great, and so then when it is, it's just not, people don't think about it. Just like that, it's peaceful sounding.
The nature kind of helps me focus a little bit.
You know, it's supposed to be known for like being campus.
I just sit and I just listen. I'm worried that someday this will just be gone.
Little bird fly out of a tree, so he made up in his mind.